Hello, and thank you for attending the 3HV Innovations Workforce Management Software Training. Today we're going to be talking about the tablet application. We have a native application that you can download from the Apple Store and also from the Google Play Store. Just simply search for 3HV Workforce Management and you can download the software to your Apple tablet or your Samsung device. Once you do that, you can use your user ID and password that was created for you to go ahead and log in. And once you log in, it's going to bring up a calendar schedule that shows you all of the work orders that are due for today. And you can see for the 22nd, there's a little dot underneath it. That means that there was installations due that day as well, but there was no dot under the 21st, so there's nothing that was scheduled for that. If you want to see the entire calendar, you can just draw it down and look at it like that and see where there are dots and where there are not dots, and or you can just scroll up and down like this. To access the work order, you just simply click on it and it takes you into the work order detail to start working on it. So that's the schedule. You'll notice in the upper left-hand corner there's a navigation menu. Click that and you can click on installations. This is going to give you all of your assigned installations just for you, not for everybody else, but any installations that are assigned for you. So these are all open work orders that I'm working on. If I click on the upper right-hand corner where it says completed, that'll show me all of my completed work orders that I've ever done. And I can scroll up and down and do that, and I can turn the completed off, and then it goes back to showing me my just assigned work orders. For tech support, these are my tech support work orders that were assigned to me. Just like installation work orders, I have it right there. I just click on it and it shows me all the detail relevant to that particular trouble ticket that I'm working on. Back to the navigation, I have my vehicles. This is the vehicle that's assigned to me. If I click on that, it's going to show me all the detail relevant to the vehicle that's been assigned to me. On the bottom of the screen, you can see the tabs for maintenance, materials, and pictures. If I click on maintenance, this shows me all the maintenance that was ever done. And I can also add additional maintenance by clicking on the upper right-hand corner where it says Add. And when I click on Add, I can enter in a new transaction date, mileage, how much it costs for my oil change, fuel filter, brakes, what have you, and just click on Save in the upper right-hand corner to save that new maintenance transaction. If I click on Materials, it's going to show all materials like traffic cones and work vests and everything that's assigned to me and to my vehicle. If I click on Pictures, it shows me all of the pictures I've ever taken of my vehicle, and we highly recommend that you take at least a picture every quarter of your vehicle, so you have inside and outside pictures of the status of your vehicle. To add more pictures, in the upper right-hand corner, you click on Add, and then you can take pictures or choose from your library. So that's vehicles. If I click on assets, these are any assets that are assigned to me, like test equipment, computers, what have you. If I click on it, it shows the details of that asset that's been assigned to me. If I click on pictures, it shows me the pictures of the asset when I was assigned to me. Warehouse shows me my truck inventory, all the inventory that's been assigned to me. So when you do maintenance, inventory of your truck, this is where you can go and look to see what's been assigned to you. And then your employee information. This is my contact information. My personal data is right here, showing emergency contact information. I can go in here and modify or change that whenever I need to. Communications between me and my employer, vacation time taken, all that is down here at the bottom of the screen in these different tabs. Then the About button shows you what version of software you're running, and then of course the Log Out button shows you logs you out of the application. So let's go back to installs and show you how to work in an installation order. So let's go to this Jake Reynolds, which is currently past due, and when I click on that, it brings up all the main detail of this order. At the bottom of the screen, you'll notice navigation tabs. The next one is jobs. If I click on jobs, this is the job assigned to me. And I also see the job assigned to the underground technician or aerial technician or splice technicians would all show up here. So it looks like the underground technician completed their job on the 22nd, and I need to work on mine, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And what you would do to complete your job is you see the assigned job in the bottom left quadrant, and it says I have 4 hours to do a residential premise install, and it actually took me 4.5 hours, so I put that in there as 4.5 hours. If I have additional jobs I've done on site, on the bottom right corner, you see the job code catalog, and I can say, hey, I installed 2 wall jacks, so I want to go ahead and put that in there too. So then I click on the Save button, and you'll notice it shows that the job I just added for installing wall jacks shows up over there, and the actual hours it took me to install 2 wall jacks was an hour. Then at the top of the screen, the job status shows assigned, so I want to go ahead and change that to completed. Go to there and hit done, and then the end date was today at this time, and then I go ahead and click on save. So make sure you put the end date in, make sure you change job status to complete, and make sure you complete the assigned jobs, and then you can use the back to jobs to see that it's been completed and the date and time it was done. Then you have your premise tab. This is where you would go in and put in all the information relevant to the installation. Did I install internet? Yes, I did. What was the IP address? What was the Wi-Fi? What is the download speed? All that would be put in here. The fiber management tab is your splitter port, NAP number, fiber number, LCP port, LCP light levels. All this information would be entered in by you or the underground person. The underground tab is typically filled in by the underground tech. They would go ahead and put in all the information here relevant to the underground work. The map button shows you the map, a Google map of where you're physically located. And then there's the More button to the right of that. Under the More button, it shows splices, parts, and others. So I click on, I want to add a splice. So I'd go ahead and put in my longitude and latitude GPS coordinates, put in my cross street, put in aerial or premise, closure type, number of splices, all that information we put in here. The parts button is very important because this is going to show you what's actually been installed on the job. The right column shows you your technician inventory, what's on your truck stock. The left side shows you the inventory installed at the customer site. So I installed a white wall plates and a Cat5 cable, and I also installed a Wi-Fi router. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Install Router, put in number of routers I put in, number 1, click Save, and now it pushes it over here that is as installed inventory. It's important to make sure you move inventory off your truck stock to installed inventory. The COM button shows you any communications between you and other technicians or supervisors relevant to this job. The Documents button is relevant to any documentation associated with this job. So if you have a dig permit or anything like that, this can be uploaded here or by your manager or supervisor so you can see it. The Info Services tab, this is typically information that comes from the billing software, and this is going to show you a customer number, current devices, current services, but you would also put in phone changes, phone numbers, all that kind of stuff would be put in right here. The Notes button is any notes relevant to this job. I can type in anything relevant to this job that I want to take notes for. The Pictures tab, this is where you would click on the little add button in the upper right-hand corner and take as many pictures as you can of this job. And then the CE button is very important. This is where you hand it to the customer and they can sign for their job that was done. And then it's going to ask them a couple of quick questions. Were you happy with the service? Were you happy with the installation? And then they click on Finish in the upper right-hand corner. And then it just says Signature on File, Survey Completed. And now you're finished with this work order, and then a manager would go in and mark the work order itself complete. and you have marked that your job is complete.